Y'all, this situation is getting wild. We've all known for years that Jack is a mama's boy, and there's always been speculation about how much influence his mother has over his personal life, especially when it comes to his relationships. But this right here, it's on a whole new level. Word on the street is that his mom has been pushing him to get back with Dreizy, even though Deiondra was expecting his child. And now, it seems like she tried to pull the same move with Delof, all in the name of finding the so-called perfect woman for her son. But Deiondra, she's caught right in the middle of all this and isn't here for the drama. So let's get into it.
You know, I thought about, I'm like, yeah, one day I'm gonna marry Deiondra, but I didn't know that I was gonna do this soon, like propose and stuff. Like, I called my mama like, hey, I think I'm gonna marry Deiondra. You feel me? I'm like, but my mama like, all right. So she like, shit.
Deiondra Sanders and Jacquees were engaged, y'all. They even have a son together, and things were supposed to be solid. But last week, Deiondra cut up, and depending on who you ask, she might have taken things too far. Now, here's where it gets messy. Jacquees just dropped an album with Delof called F a Friend Zone 2. If you remember, they had a mixtape a few years ago called F a Friend Zone, so this is basically the sequel. And Deiondra, she is not feeling it at all. Sis has been upset about the image Jacquees and Delof are putting out there. It's giving very much, are y'all just promoting music, or is this something more? Deiondra has been in her feelings, and when it came time to shoot a music video for one of the songs, Delof didn't want her there because of the energy she's been bringing. And y'all, that's when everything exploded.
I'm not agreeing to that. I'm sorry.
I know, but technically it could be partners.
But that's not gonna happen.
Deiondra didn't just take the L and move on. Oh no, she took to social media and blasted them. She went off, saying people were out here faking relationships just to sell albums. She made it clear she was being kept away, writing, "Stop asking me why I'm not around. I'm not allowed to be around them because they would feel uncomfortable if his fiancé is there. As I said before, y'all got it. Y'all won. Hopefully, y'all little album sells the most y'all ever sold." Phew, the shade of it all. But if you thought that was the end of it, oh, it was just getting started. You know Jacquees' mom, Miss Rosie, wasn't about to stay quiet. She hopped on IG stories herself and started dragging Deiondra, calling her out for exposing the fact that Jacquees and Delof were allegedly faking a relationship just to push album sales. And just like that, the drama escalated even more.
Relationship with Jacquees and Delof, that is not real. I bet you that is not real.
And then Miss Rosie decided to turn up the shade. She went out of her way to thank Deiondra Sanders, Deiondra's dad, for having Jacquees on his show. But Deiondra was not about to let that slide. She clapped back immediately, saying, "Yes, you're welcome for having your son on my daddy's show. They respected him and welcomed him with class. Unlike y'all got the right one today." Phew, sis was heated. And let's be real, those pregnancy hormones were definitely adding fuel to the fire. But wait, y'all, because it gets worse. Deiondra went all the way in, accusing Miss Rosie of stealing Jacquees' money. She said, "Miss Rosie better stop playing with me. Nobody is off limits now. Go be with your husband and keep stealing and hiding your son's money." And after all that back and forth, Miss Rosie was done playing nice. Now, if there's one thing we know, a mama's boy is not about to let anyone come for his mother. So what did Jacquees do? He sent Deiondra packing. He called off the engagement, and now Deiondra is back at her mama's house. But let's be real. This all went down because Deiondra just couldn't hold her peace. She kept going and going until it finally blew up. And while we're talking about it, let's not ignore the elephant in the room. The real breaking point was when Deiondra accused Miss Rosie of stealing Jacquees' money. And if there's one thing a mama's boy won't do, it's admit that his mother might have flaws.
Yeah, so this your gift, mama. This your wedding gift. You know what I'm saying? This your wedding gift right here. You gotta open it.
Now let's be real for a second. While a lot of people think Deiondra was wrong for how she acted, not everyone is against her. In fact, some people are actually defending her outburst. And when you really think about it, they might have a point. One user summed it up perfectly. The girl just had his baby. All kinds of emotions come with that. And her soon-to-be husband is basically booed up with another female. I don't care if it's real or not. It's all over the media, with people commenting on how good they look together and saying they should be a couple. She's human, and she's a woman, a new mom at that. Of course, she's feeling away. I just hope everything works out for her. And honestly, I can't even be mad at that perspective. Deiondra just had a baby, and the man she was supposed to marry is out here, whether fake or not, giving relationship vibes with another woman. That's got to hurt.
Me about, the journey of fatherhood. Why were you so intentional about waiting for this moment to become a father?
Now, a lot of people are wondering, why is Deiondra even tripping over Deloaf? I mean, hasn't Deloaf been rumored to be exclusively dating women? One user even commented, "Doesn't D date girls? I'm confused on why she's tripping." But let's not forget, Deloaf herself has hinted at preferring women multiple times. So this whole fake relationship for album sales situation, yeah, it's looking real funny in the light.
Do you date girls, guys? Do you have a preference, or is it just whatever you feel like?
I don't date.
Great answer.
But let's not forget, Deloaf hasn't just been linked to Jacquees. Sis has a history of getting cozy with male artists. Remember her situation with Lil Durk? There were heavy rumors that they were a thing, though Durk always insisted they were just homies. But let's be real, Durk spent his sweet time writing a whole song about her, so people weren't buying that story. One fan even commented, "I think she's bi unless her and Durk were a fake relationship too, and he wasted studio time writing a song about her." Now, we have to talk about something else. How Jacquees can't seem to make a single personal decision without running to his mama first. Before he even thought about proposing to Deiondra, guess who had to approve? Mama Rosie, of course. He went straight to his mother to ask for permission. And y'all, why is that even happening? Isn't this a grown man we're talking about? Seeking advice is one thing, but full-on approval, and it gets even wilder. Mama Rosie didn't just say, "If you love her, go for it." Oh no, she had conditions. She told Jacquees to grill Deiondra about her short-term goals, long-term goals, and go through a whole checklist of qualifications, like she was hiring an employee, not welcoming a daughter-in-law. Whew.
She's like, you need to take her out, and you need to ask her these certain questions. Ask her her long-term goals, her short-term goals. Ask her how y'all can work together, to do certain things. Like what's the plan?
And do you know why Mama Rosie finally approved of Deiondra? Because she organized a tour for them one time. I kid you not. Sis did some tidying up, handled a little business, and just like that, Mama Rosie was like, "Yep, that's the one." So, after all that questioning and a whole checklist of requirements, that's what sealed the deal. Woo, you cannot make this stuff up.
You know what I'm saying? And my mom was telling me on tour, she like, "Hey, that's the one." Because Deiondra came on the bus and just straightened up the whole tour bus. like my room was a mess. I came back, my shit organized, shoes over here, drawers over there, socks, She just getting everybody right on the bus. I'm like.
But here's where the plot thickens. People were quick to point out that the only reason Jacquees even proposed to Deiondra was because he got caught still sending thirsty texts to his ex Dreezy. And guess who knew about it? Mama Rosie. Jacquees and Dreezy have had a rocky history. They first broke up in late 2019, got back together in early 2020, and then officially called it quits in 2023. So, was that proposal really about love, or was it just damage control? Ooh, this situation just keeps getting messier.
Like, I know y'all see like the funny videos and the memes and the remixes, and everybody think like, oh, Jacquees, but every celebrity that you see on these blogs and stuff is like a real person in real life.
When Deiondra was pregnant with Jacquees' child, she started subtweeting Dreezy, and that's when everything unraveled. She tweeted, "Why would he switch out a dime for a penny?" Oop. And then she followed up with an even bigger dagger. "Obsessed is when you're still sending underwear with your face on it to the crib." Phew, the shade was heavy, but you know Dreezy wasn't about to stay quiet. Sis clapped back with the ultimate receipts. She hit Deiondra with a 1-2 combo that had everybody's jaws on the floor. She tweeted, Obsessed is y'all having a baby on the way, but the ninja begging to get me pregnant because he barely fuck with you, bird brain. The fuck? I turn your ninja down every day for you, and this is the thanks I get? Whew. And if that wasn't enough, Dreezy brought out the texts, y'all. And these weren't just flirty little messages. Justice was out here begging for another chance, and even trying to get Dreezy pregnant too. This whole situation? Beyond messy.